always loved a good scare. That's why I didn't hesitate when Mia dared me to spend the night in the haunted mansion. She said it would be fun, a test of our courage and friendship. She said we would be legends if we survived. She didn't say we would be lucky if we did. The mansion loomed before us like a monstrous shadow, swallowing the faint light of the stars. As we crossed the threshold, a chill ran down my spine, and I heard a faint moan from somewhere in the darkness. I tried to shake it off, telling myself it was just the wind, but I couldn't ignore the feeling that we were not welcome here. Mia led the way, holding a flashlight and a smirk. She seemed unfazed by the eerie atmosphere, or maybe she was just hiding her fear. She was always the adventurous one, the leader of our group. She had a knack for finding trouble and dragging us along with her. I followed her reluctantly, wondering what she was hoping to find in this forsaken place. We explored the mansion, finding nothing but dust, cobwebs, and decay. The rooms were empty and silent, except for the occasional creak or thud. We joked and laughed, trying to lighten the mood, but our laughter sounded hollow and forced, and our jokes soon turned into nervous whispers. Then, things started to go wrong. Doors slammed behind us, trapping us inside. Windows shattered, sending shards of glass flying. Furniture moved by itself, blocking our paths, and the moans turned into screams, filling the air with agony and despair. We realized too late that we were not alone. The mansion was haunted by the spirits of its former inhabitants who had died in horrible ways. They were angry, restless, and hungry for new souls. They wanted us to join them in their eternal torment. One by one, they took my friends. I watched in horror as they dragged them into the shadows, or possessed them and made them do unspeakable things. I tried to help them, to save them, but I was powerless against the supernatural forces. I was alone, surrounded by the echoes of the damned. I don't know how long I've been here, or if it's still night or day. I don't know if there's a way out, or if I'll ever see the sun again. I don't know if anyone will ever find me, or if they'll believe my story. All I know is that I'm scared. I'm scared of what they'll do to me, of what they'll make me do. I'm scared of becoming one of them. I don't know how much time has passed since I last wrote. Maybe hours, maybe days. Time has no meaning in this place. All I know is that I'm still alive, somehow. But I don't know for how long. They are still after me, the spirits of the damned. They are relentless, merciless, and cruel. They taunt me, torture me, and tempt me. They want me to give up, to surrender, to join them. But I refuse. I still have some hope, some will, some fight left in me. I've been wandering through the mansion, looking for a way out. But it seems like the mansion is alive too. It changes, shifts, and rearranges itself. It creates new rooms, new traps, new horrors. It tries to confuse me, to deceive me, to break me. It's like a maze, a puzzle, a nightmare. But I've also found some clues, some hints, some secrets. I've learned more about the mansion and its history. I've learned more about the people who lived here and the people who died here. I've learned more about the curse and the source of the evil. It all started with him, the master of the mansion. He was a wealthy and powerful man who had everything he wanted, but he was also a greedy and wicked man who wanted more than he deserved. He was obsessed with the occult, and he sought to unlock the secrets of life and death. He performed dark rituals, sacrificed innocent lives, and summoned unholy forces. He wanted to achieve immortality at any cost. But he failed, and he paid the price. His experiments backfired, and he unleashed a terrible curse upon himself and his mansion. He became a prisoner of his own creation, a slave of his own ambition. He became the Lord of the damned, the King of the dead. He became the source of the evil, the heart of the darkness. And he is still here, somewhere. He is the one who controls the mansion and the spirits. He is the one who wants me and my friends. He is the one who I have to face and defeat. He is the one who I have to find and destroy. But I don't know where he is or how to get to him. I don't know what he looks like or what he can do. I don't know if I can beat him or if I can survive. I don't know if I'm ready or if I'm brave enough. I have to try. I have to end this. I have to save my friends and myself. I have to break the curse and free the souls. I have to finish the story and write the ending. I have to find him and kill him. I've been searching for him, the master of the mansion, the lord of the damned, the source of the evil. But he is elusive, cunning, and powerful. He knows I'm here and he knows what I want. He is playing with me like a cat with a mouse. He is waiting for me like a spider with a web. He is ready for me like a hunter with a trap. He has sent his minions after me, the spirits of the damned. They are his eyes, his ears, his hands. They are his servants, his soldiers, his weapons. They are everywhere, and they are relentless. They attack me, distract me, and deceive me. They try to stop me, to scare me, to kill me. But I've also found some allies, the souls of the innocent. They are the victims of his experiments, the casualties of his curse. They are the ones who suffered, who died, who lingered. They are the ones who want to be free, who want to be at peace, who want to help me. They are few, and they are weak, but they are brave, and they are kind. They have guided me, protected me, and supported me. They have shown me the way, warned me of the dangers, and given me clues. They have given me hope, courage, and strength. They have given me a reason, a purpose, and a mission. They have led me to him, the master of the mansion, the lord of the damned, the source of the evil. He is in the basement, the heart of the mansion, the heart of the darkness, the heart of the curse. He is in his laboratory, the place where it all began, the place where he performed his rituals, sacrificed his lives, and summoned his forces. The place where he unleashed his curse, became his prisoner, and created his hell. He is waiting for me, and I am ready for him. This is the end, the final confrontation, the final showdown, the final battle. This is where I will face him, fight him, and kill him. This is where I will end this, break this, and free this. This is where I will finish the story and write the ending. This is where I will die or live. I entered the basement, the heart of the mansion, the heart of the darkness, the heart of the curse. It was a large and gloomy chamber filled with strange and sinister devices. Tubes, wires, and cables ran across the walls and floor, connecting to various machines and monitors. In the center of the room, there was a large metal cage surrounded by a ring of candles. Inside the cage, there was a man. He was the master of the mansion, the lord of the damned, the source of the evil. He looked old and frail, his skin pale and wrinkled, his hair thin and gray. He wore a black robe, stained with blood and dirt. He had a long and crooked nose, a thin and twisted mouth, and a pair of dark and sunken eyes. He looked at me with a mix of curiosity and contempt. "So you are the one who has been causing me so much trouble," he said in a raspy and hoarse voice. "The one who has been killing my servants, freeing my prisoners, and disrupting my plans. The one who has been looking for me, seeking me, and challenging me. The one who thinks they can stop me, defeat me, and kill me. Tell me, who are you, and what do you want?" I felt a surge of anger and hatred as I remembered what he had done to me and my friends. He had lured us into his trap, tortured us with his horrors, and taken them from me. He had made me suffer, made me fear, and made me alone. He had made me his enemy, his prey, and his victim. He had made me who I am and what I want. "I am the one who will end this," I said in a firm and clear voice. "The one who will break your curse, free your souls, and destroy your evil. The one who will face you, fight you, and kill you. I am the one who will finish the story and write the ending. I am the one who will die or live." He laughed, a cold and cruel laugh. "You are a fool, a naive and foolish fool. You don't know what you are dealing with, what you are up against, or what you are risking. You don't know the power I have, the secrets I know, or the forces I command. You don't know the price you will pay, the pain you will feel, or the fate you will suffer. You don't know anything, and you will die knowing nothing." He raised his hand and snapped his fingers. The candles around the cage lit up, creating a circle of fire. The machines and monitors around the room beeped and flashed, creating a symphony of noise. The tubes, wires, and cables around the wall and floor moved and writhed, creating a web of metal. The air in the room crackled and sparked, creating a storm of electricity. He smiled, a wicked and twisted smile. "This is my laboratory, my masterpiece, my legacy. This is where I performed my experiments, sacrificed my lives, and summoned my forces. This is where I unleashed my curse, became my prisoner, and created my hell. This is where I will end your life, take your soul, and complete my work. This is where I will finish the story and write the ending. This is where you will die, and I will live." He pointed his finger at me and shouted a word. A bolt of lightning shot out of his finger and headed straight for me. I dodged, barely, and felt the heat and shock of the electricity. I looked around and saw more bolts coming from different directions. I ran, jumped, and rolled, trying to avoid them. I looked for a way to get closer to him, to reach him, to attack him. But he was protected by the cage, the fire, and the metal. He was untouchable, unreachable, and invincible. He laughed again, louder and harder. "You can't win, you can't escape, you can't survive. You are trapped, doomed, and dead. You are nothing, and I am everything. You are the mouse, and I am the cat. You are the prey, and I am the hunter. You are the victim, and I am the master." He fired another bolt at me, and this time I couldn't dodge. It hit me in the chest and sent me flying across the room. I crashed into a wall and felt a sharp pain in my ribs. I coughed and tasted blood in my mouth. I looked at him and saw him grinning. He fired another bolt at me, and I braced for the impact. But it never came. Instead, I heard a scream, a loud and agonizing scream. I looked up and saw him writhing in pain. His body was convulsing, his eyes were bulging, and his mouth was foaming. He was being electrocuted by his own machines. I saw a figure behind him holding a pair of wires. It was Mia. She was alive, somehow. She had survived, somehow. She had found me, somehow. She had saved me, somehow. She was my friend, my best friend, my hero. She looked at me and smiled. A weak and weary smile. "Mia," I whispered, in disbelief and relief. "You're alive, you're alive, you're alive." She nodded and dropped the wires. The machines and monitors stopped, the candles went out, and the cage opened. The master of the mansion fell to the floor, lifeless and limp. He was dead, finally dead, truly dead. He was the end, the final end, the true end. He was the story, the finished story, the written story. "We did it, we did it, we did it." Mia walked towards me, slowly and shakily. She reached me and hugged me. I hugged her back, tightly and gratefully. We cried, we laughed, we cheered. We were alive, we were free, we were happy, we were friends, we were survivors, we were heroes. We were the ones who ended this, broke this, and freed this. We were the ones who finished the story and wrote the ending. We were the ones who died and lived. We lived, we lived, we lived. It was a house that silence couldn't quiet. Nestled in the foggy embrace of Hemlock Hollow, it stood, a relic of whispers and woe. They called it the Shrieking Shack, not for the sound it made, but for the screams it stole from its visitors. I, a curious podcaster, ventured into its decaying halls, microphone in hand, seeking stories. The air was thick with the scent of mold and secrets. As I ascended the creaking staircase, a chill slithered up my spine, uninvited. The attic was a canvas of cobwebs, each thread woven with cautionary tales. I pressed record and spoke, my voice a stranger in this silent auditorium. That's when I heard it, a soft weeping from the shadows. I followed the sorrowful symphony to an old mirror, its surface stained with time. The reflection was not my own. A pale figure, eyes hollow with eternal grief, stared back. It was her, the lady of the house, trapped in a moment long past. She whispered of betrayal, of a heart so broken that even death couldn't mend it. I reached out, my hand trembling, and the mirror rippled under my touch. The lady's spirit surged forth, her story pouring into the recorder, a testament of her pain. As I left the shrieking shack, the recorder still clutched tightly, I knew her tale was no longer hers alone. It was mine to share, a spectral narrative etched in digital memory, waiting to chill the bones of those who dare listen. So, dear audience, brace yourselves. For tonight, we unravel the mystery of Hemlock Hollow's most silent resident, whose voice can now, finally, be heard.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you like my
The tale of the Shrieking Shack had only just begun to unfold. As I edited the recording, the lady's voice revealed secrets not meant for mortal ears. She spoke of a hidden chamber beneath the house, where the true source of the curse lay. Compelled by the story's grip, I returned to the shack. The night was moonless, the darkness a shroud over Hemlock Hollow. Armed with nothing but my recorder and a flickering flashlight, I descended into the bowels of the earth. The chamber was a mausoleum of memories, each artifact a piece of the puzzle. In the center stood an altar, and upon it a locket containing a portrait of the lady and a man, their gazes locked in a frozen moment of love and betrayal. I felt a presence, not of the lady but something older, something darker. It whispered of a pact gone awry, of a love that turned to vengeance, birthing the curse that haunted the house. The air grew cold, my breath a mist before me. I had to finish the story, to break the cycle. With the recorder still running, I declared the truth of the curse to the shadows, giving voice to the unspoken, power to the powerless. A wind rose from the depths, the locket flew open, and a specter emerged, a man, his expression tormented. He and the lady's spirit embraced, their forms glowing with ethereal light. The curse was their bond, and my words had set them free. The chamber collapsed around me, the house above crumbled, but I emerged unscathed, the recorder still in hand. The Shrieking Shack was no more, but the story would live on, a chilling narrative for those who seek the thrill of the haunt. So, listen closely, dear audience, for this tale is not just a ghost story, but a lesson in redemption. And remember, sometimes the scariest tales are the ones we have yet to finish. The echoes of the Shrieking Shack's demise had barely faded when I realized the story was far from over. The spirits were free, but the whispers of Hemlock Hollow spoke of another chapter, yet to be uncovered. I delved deeper into the history of the land, tracing its lineage back to ancient times. There, hidden in the annals of history, I found mention of a covenant, one that predated the house and its curse. It spoke of a guardian spirit, bound to protect the Hollow from darker forces lurking at the edges of reality. As I pieced together the lore, a picture began to form, a battle between light and dark, stretching across the ages. The Shrieking Shack was merely a battleground, a focal point where this eternal struggle manifested. Armed with this new knowledge, I set out to explore the Hollow. The forest was dense, the trees ancient, their roots woven with the land's arcane energy. In the heart of the woods, I found it, a stone circle, the Guardian's altar. I felt a presence, ancient and powerful, watching, waiting. I spoke to it not with words, but with respect and understanding. The Guardian revealed itself, a spectral figure of light, its form ever shifting, a protector of the balance. It spoke of the curse, not as an evil, but as a test, a trial for those who would seek to tip the balance. The Shrieking Shack's curse was but one of many, each a chapter in the Hollow story. As the Guardian faded into the mists, it left me with a gift, a tome bound in ethereal chains. Within its pages were the stories of Hemlock Hollow, each a piece of the greater narrative. And so, dear listeners, our journey continues. For every end is a new beginning, and the tales of Hemlock Hollow are far from finished. Join me as we turn the pages of this mystical tome and discover the stories that lie within.